Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to another episode. In this particular episode, there were kind of a couple of random topics that I wanted to touch on, so we're just going to start jumping around from random madness to random madness. Hope y'all are ready. Check this piece out.
The goal of the transition closet is for our students to be able to wear the clothes that their parents approve of, come to school, and then swap out into the clothes that fit who they truly are. And I use the idea that this is like Superman changing in a phone booth. But that idea actually goes a lot further than that, because Superman isn't Clark Kent. Clark Kent is actually the disguise. And when Clark Kent goes into the phone booth, he transforms into Superman, who's really just who he truly is, Kal-El. And so this gives our trans students the opportunity to be the superheroes that we know they are.
Hi, for those that don't know me, my name is Aurora Regino, and I am the mother that filed a lawsuit in federal court against Chico Unified for transitioning my daughter without my knowledge. I'm here today to tell my story so parents and the public know what is going on in our schools. Last year, my 11-year-old daughter was in elementary school here at Chico Unified, and her elementary school transitioned her from female to male behind my back. Shortly before this happened, my father had recently passed away, and I was diagnosed with breast cancer. My daughter was distressed and began questioning her sexuality, so she decided to reach out to a wellness counselor at her elementary school. The day my daughter shared with her guidance counselor that she felt like a boy, the counselor immediately affirmed this new identity. From then on, the counselor continued to have one-on-one meetings with my daughter without my knowledge. During one of those one-on-one meetings, my daughter told the counselor she wanted to tell me about her new identity. The counselor ignored her requests and did nothing to support her in letting me know what was going on at school. Throughout her transition, my daughter changed very quickly, was bullied, and as a result was very unhappy. And because her school kept this transition a secret from me, she was on her own. I'm a busy working mother, just like the rest of you. Before this happened to our family, I would have not believed this was going on in our schools, especially at the elementary level.
Well, that's rather depressing. Isn't it interesting to think that the state now thinks that it has more rights to your child's bodily autonomy than you do? There's a very strange push right now where they want to be mutilating these children without the parents' knowledge. And how very interesting it is, this massive grand attack on children everywhere. They can't even stop, though, with the children in the schools. They want to get them before they're even born, too. If y'all are squeamish, skip ahead by 2 minutes and 3 seconds.
Latino, we'll begin with you. Welcome.
Thank you, Chairman and members of the committee. I only have 5 minutes, so I'm going to get right to it. Second trimester D&E abortions performed between roughly 14 and 24 weeks of gestation. Your patient today is 17 years old. She's 22 weeks pregnant. Her baby is the length of your hand plus a couple of inches. And she's been feeling her baby kick for the last several weeks. But she's asleep on an operating room table. You walk into that operating room scrubbed and gowned, and after removing laminaria, you introduce a suction catheter into the uterus. This is a 14 French suction catheter. If she were 12 weeks pregnant or less, basically the width of your hand or smaller, you could basically do the entire procedure with this. But babies this big don't fit through catheters this size. After suctioning the amniotic fluid out from around the baby, you introduce an instrument called a Sofer clamp. It's about 13 inches long. It's made of stainless steel. The business end of this clamp is about 2.5 inches long and a half-inch wide. There are rows of sharp teeth. This is a grasping instrument. When it gets a hold of something, it does not let go. A D&E procedure is a blind abortion, so picture yourself introducing this and grabbing anything you can blindly and pull, and I do mean hard, and out pops a leg about that big, which you put down on the table next to you. Reach in again, and pull out an arm about the same length, which you put down on the table next to you. And use this instrument again and again to tear out the spine, the intestines, the heart and lungs. Head on the baby that size is about the size of a large plum. Can't see it, but you pretty good idea you've got it if you've got your instrument around something and your fingers are spread about as far as they go. You know you did it right if you crush down on the instrument and white material runs out of the cervix. That was the baby's brains. Then you could pull out skull pieces. And you have a day like I had a lot of times. Sometimes a little face comes back and stares back at you. Congratulations, you just successfully performed a second trimester D&E abortion. You just affirmed her right to choose.
And if children entering into this world make it past the gauntlet of being aborted or transitioned in school, you still have to worry about people who are in positions of power over others.
Edsa, Maitang.
You're going to stand right next to me. There you go. And then we're going to have.
There you go.
Got it? Okay.
And the people in the back, you can spread out a little bit.
Welcome to the front row. Do you remember what I told you? No, not smile. No date till you're 30. Hey, Angel, how old are you? 12. You're 12. What's your name? How are you? The problem is, you know, you guys, you got a hard time. You know what I mean? All right, sister. I like kids better than people.
Yeah.
Okay. Grandpa's one of those guys.
That's nice.
No, I'm not saying. He knows. Do you know what my dad used to say? His granddaughters have one important job.
And making it past all of those gauntlets, they reach adulthood so they can deal with mentally unstable people like this.
Would you prefer to have men in your toilets, or would you prefer to have people like me who just want to go and have a wee and put a bit of lippy on? It's not that hard, is it?
Look, if I'm out in public and I'm having to use a public restroom, I don't want there to be a real man in that restroom, nor do I want there to be a mentally unstable man in my restroom who just wants to put on a bit of lippy.
Being vulnerable, showing a side of myself that is quote unquote imperfect, whether it's my stubble or it's my chest hair or it's, you know, having a bigger foot than a normal girl, whatever it is, those have brought me closer to myself and to my loved ones and to my followers. And I think that's where we're starting to get at with something like TikTok. We're seeing the vulnerabilities being celebrated, the imperfections be celebrated. And so if I can get to a place, especially in my transition, to say, Dylan, you are perfect just like this, and in a year with the estrogen and the surgeries or whatever, you might be different, but you're going to be perfect then too.
I think some people are afraid. They want to seem perfect. They want to make sense to cis people. Because sometimes when cis people are confused, they can be violent.
Very much so.
Oh boy, it's a grown man who wants to be close to a child next to a grown man pretending to be a child. That's got to be a rather strange relationship. And dilly boy, dilly boy, dilly boy, you wanted to be considered perfect just as you are. The thing was is that you were perfect as you were before you started going through all of this weird mess that you put yourself through, and now you're just disfigured. And I notice y'all be trying to add points to your victimhood card by, oh, all of the cis people are just so abusive. Y'all are being abusive by calling straight people cis. Stop it.
Hold away from us. Get away from my son. Get away from my son! Get away from my fucking son, you sack of shit. Hey, blonde bitch. Hey, Jeffrey's buddy. He's a dead faggot on the fucking ground right now because you're a stupid bitch, Patrice. Get the fuck away from me. Hey, money-hungry whore. I killed your children. Get away from me. Get away from me.
She just attacked me. You need to do your job. She cannot be spitting and attacking people.
Dead faggot buddy, Jeffrey.
She just spit and hit me.
Yeah, she is spitting on me.
She's violent and crazy. This cannot go down in our neighborhood. You cannot hit people. I'm calling the cops to have her arrested.
And that there is why you don't do drugs. Here's a clip on why you shouldn't drink and go fuck with wild animals.
Scared and trampling you.
Is it your moose?
It's not my moose, but it's a goddamn wild animal. Get the f away from it. You idiots.
I'll cover the moose's medical expenses, but I don't think it's gonna fuck me up.
Let it be wild. Don't have to like.
Jesus Christ, you guys must be the dumbest people I've ever met in my life.
God, come on.
Go ahead, touch it.
Go ahead, try. Go ahead, try. See what happens. See what the happens.
See how long that leg will go.
Get the away from the moose.
You're wishing it would hit me right now.
Yeah, I am.
Me and Poppy might hit both of you guys. No problem.
A little closer.
If the moose don't.
A little closer.
Go on.
You guys are f***ing idiots.
Don't touch it. No, it's on your foot.
Get him.
Yeah, get him.
Yes.
Get him. Get him.
Well, I appreciate y'all toughing through this video. If you like, make sure that you leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz that everybody else is always begging for. And before I actually end this video, I just want to leave y'all with a reminder of who the potato in chief just loves so much over in Ukraine. This is who we're sending our money to. Think about this one. Have a nice day. Till next time.
Yo, stop it.